everyone. Welcome back to Jillin Off. This is episode 12, which means 12 weeks of just Jillin. For me, Christina Walkinshaw, but with me as always.
I popped my cherry last week. Jen Murphy.
Cherry poppin' Jen Murphy. Oh, remember Stamina Murphy? Maybe we manifested your sex life.
I think you did.
Because I said Stamina Murphy is your new nickname, and now...
Ever since that episode came out, I've just been on fire.
Mm-hmm. You have been.
Just so many dick. No, I'm just kidding. There's none. Just one.
So I was in Las Vegas this past weekend.
Yes.
Opening for Puppetry the Penis.
Yes.
And I decided to... there's a bunch of cool comics from New York at the Comedy Cellar. And I wanted to go check out the Cellar in Vegas.
Yeah,
and
that sounded like an amazing lineup. What you said.
Oh my God, it was so good. All the comics were amazing. It was so I texted Ari. I was like, can you like put me on a list? Because, you know, whatever. I want to go see the show. So it was Ari, Mark Norman.
Shafir, right?
Yeah. Mark Norman, Joe List, and Mike Vecchio. Am I saying his name right? Anyways,
yeah. Super
New York lineup. Super great show. The club was amazing. It wasn't like a Vegas crowd at all. It was like comedy fans. They were great. Anyways, so I'm in Vegas all weekend. I ended up hanging out at the Rio after that and trying to get my flirt on a little bit. As you guys all know, I'm DTF, as the kids say. But I'm still a little bit selective with my DTF-ness. I'm like twirling my hair. Yeah, anyways. I'm like, oh my God. Anyways, every time I re-listen to our podcast, I'm like, I sound 23. Okay. Okay. So... here's my first flirting adventure.
The stars really have to align for you to DTF.
I know. And I looked really cute. I was wearing my cat dress. And for some reason, that cat dress, people like the cat dress.
Yeah, pussies.
It's one of my good performing dresses. Anyways, so I go to this diner in the Rio, and it's a rare treat. I mean, if you're a video poker addict like I might be, it's very rare where you can gamble and eat at the same bar.
Oh.
But at the Rio, the All-American Grill, you can gamble and eat at the same time. So I'm starving. I go there after the show. And then this guy comes up beside me. Very cute. Very well-dressed. It's March Madness, by the way.
Don't you feel like there's a lot of germs on those poker buttons?
Yes. And can I just say that when I was dating Dax, we were in Lake Tahoe.
Oh, now we're throwing out the names. Oh, don't try and hide that one.
Last episode, I was like, bleep that guy's name. This one, I'm like, we could say this is about Dax because Dax is lovely and he would totally own up to this. And he's probably right because you're making the same point as Dax made years ago.
How much grease did you leave on those buttons?
So yeah, when we were in Tahoe, we ordered a plate of nachos. And then he was like, no playing, no gambling. Wash your hands before we share these nachos. He's like, no playing video poker while we're sharing the nachos.
Oh, OCD?
I don't want the fingers touching the video poker and the nachos.
Well, you got to eat with one hand and play with the other.
I mean, that was my system, but he was like, nope. He was like, go wash your hands.
Can you imagine you're just eating and playing at the same time? Like...
I wouldn't put it past me. Can you see my facial expressions there? People watching on YouTube?
Okay, I did bring it up, but I would never be so OCD as to tell you couldn't do it.
But anyways, so obviously me by myself in the Rio and all these like March Madness bros.
Yeah,
like,
March
walking
Madness
everywhere.
is total dude fest.
Oh, total bro fest. Lots of sausages everywhere. Anyways.
Lots of sausages.
So then this guy sits beside me. He's starving. He's like, I'm starving. I was like, so am I. And so I'm like, here, you can have some of my wings. I won't eat them all. And then he's like, awesome. So he starts eating my chicken and then wings. I realized how creepy that sounded.
He starts eating my chicken. Breasts.
Come on, it's Vegas and it was a diner.
Wouldn't it be so great if you were
know they were chicken thighs.
Wouldn't it be great if your whole comedy routine was just the hackiest shit ever? This guy starts eating my chicken breasts.
Guys, it's getting there. If I keep working these cruise ships, it's going to be ba-dum-tsh for the rest of my life. Anyways, Christina
don't forget about the wing.
Is she a comedian? Is she a drummer? Ba-dum-tsh. Who knows? Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Back to your flirtatious.
Okay, so back to me flirting. Back to me getting my game on.
What time was it? I need a timeline.
Oh, it was pretty late because I did my show and then I went to their 9:00 show, which probably ended at like 11 or something. And then by the time I made it,
then you tried to have sex with all of them and then you gave up. What? No takers?
Of course, the sound guy wanted me to do his podcast. I'm like, that's where I pick up in a comedy club. Oh, the comedians all seem to be fine fucking somebody else, but the sound guy wants me to do his podcast. No, he was actually lovely. And he recognized me from other trips to Vegas. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
So anyway, so the guy eating my chicken, then he also wants to gamble on my machine, right? He's like, because he didn't have a machine, he didn't have any video poker. So I'm like, okay, so I cash out. I let him stick in $15 into my machine, right?
This is getting so sexual.
It seems like it. So anyways, we have fun. We're high-fiving. We're calling like what we would hold, vid poker. So he ends up picking up my whole tab, which was nice. I didn't pay for my dinner. And then he sat down at some weird, I don't know, I don't really play a lot of the other poker games. I'll play video poker. I like Pai Gow. But he played some weird, I don't know, some game I literally didn't know. So you know how Vegas is like the only town where you could be walking with your loved one, your husband, your wife, your best friend or whatever. And then all of a sudden you turn around and you're like, where'd they go? And then you're like, oh, well.
He just,
I'll see him at the airport. Like, it doesn't matter. You can lose people in Vegas.
Did he just ghost you?
Well, he definitely sat down at that table. And then I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go. But I never went back to that table.
That's a perfect scenario.
I know, but I always feel guilty when I've gotten something for free. And then I'm just like.
You shared your chicken and your machine with him.
I did share my chicken.
You let him put $15 inside of your machine.
You're right. I should have no shame about this.
That's perfect.
I know.
But wait, didn't you have another one too?
So yeah, so then part two, cheers. How about we toast?
Cheers.
Oh, can you tell we're doing a picture?
This is so candid.
Okay, here's where it gets juicy though, you guys. Okay, not the chicken. It's Vegas. It's all dry chicken there.
Not the chicken.
All of the dry chicken. You know dry chicken when you put your tongue onto it. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I did it again. I thought I was going to make it a whole episode without killing your ears.
Okay. So then I pony up to this bar. There's a dude beside me playing Caveman Keno. Okay. Ooh. I sit down. I don't judge. I'm like, what a weird game to play. Who plays Caveman Keno? So start playing, whatever. But he is attractive, so I purposely sat right next to him.
Are you still at the Rio?
I'm still at the Rio. I'm feeling the vibe at the Rio. I got to be honest. I'm having a hoot already. It's a good time. So then he wins $1,200. So then he obviously has to say something to me. And I'm like, well, I'm a bit of a good luck charm, obviously, right?
Obviously.
And so now I'm really going to milk my charm and be like,
you have been for me.
Yes, it's true. I am lucky. I'm telling you, I am a little bit of a good luck charm. So then we start bonding or whatever. We start chatting or whatever. And then he even busts me a little bit. He's like, oh, you definitely purposely sat right next to me. I was like, maybe. But
he did?
Yeah, he did call me on that. And then his brother came over and his brother was like playing. Everybody was really nice. Everything was good. This guy's like 37 from San Diego. San Diego, always high risk as far as bros go. Always probably going to be a little drunk, a little douchey, whatever. Yeah, I said it. And if you want to email us and complain, awesome. I'm excited.
Just email us. We just really want an email.
If the email is, I'm thinking about just emailing the thing just to say hi to you. Oh yeah, can I also just say, oh no, I don't want to, okay, I can't.
What the heck is going on? Did you have a stroke?
I'm stuttering.
Are you okay? This story was going along so well, and then you just disappeared.
I just got a stuttering problem all of a sudden.
It's like you just saw a Taco Bell commercial.
Oh my God.
Got totally distracted by the nachos or something. What happened to your story?
So anyways, whatever.
Did you get roofied?
I didn't get roofied, although I almost did bail. At a certain moment, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm like tired and drunk. And he's like, no, I'll have one more drink. Let's get a shot. And so I'm like, okay, well, now you're trying to get me drunk, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, honestly.
How old was he?
37.
Oh, perfect.
Which is fine, yeah. But I was like, make sure it's some fruity shot. Like, I hate to say that. I would never normally be that girl. But I already felt like I was done. And I was like, oh, and you're like, maybe I could have a Corona, but I can't like drink anything powerful. So we get some fruity shot, like literally something I would have drank like 15 years ago, like a redheaded slut. That's what it tasted like. And I still sipped it, right? And we exchanged names. And then I swear to God, and I tweeted this because I was like, oh my God, I just discovered that my name is a trigger word. Because I said Christina, and he was like, oh my God. Like, he doesn't like Christinas have been an issue for him in the past. So Christina.
That's such a beautiful name.
Thank you. Tell your friends. This guy reacted to my Christina-ness and was like, whatever. Oops, as I dribble. That's fine. I'm going to send these clothes back to Latote smelling like Chardonnay. That's good. Just so they know who they're dealing with. So yeah. So whatever. But we're totally flirty. And I'm like, oh, like, I feel like I would. We kind of hit those crossroads. We're like, what's going to happen now? And he's like, do you want to go get some food and go up to my room? And then I go,
no.
No, but I was kind of into it.
You can't go up to a stranger's room.
But here's the thing: is I go, but like, and I go to his brother. Now I'm hanging out with him and his brother. They both seem like nice and cool. But I'm like, oh, are you guys like sharing a room? And
double.
You know how it is in Vegas sometimes, where somebody's sharing a room, and then their friend is in the other bed. Like, let's say you're sharing a room. In Vegas.
No, I don't know that at all.
Lies, all lies.
That's never happened.
On YouTube. Everybody knows. I bet you a lot of women, and everybody's been through that, where you're in a hotel room, but you're sharing a room, but there's two beds, and so you smuggle somebody into your bed, and as long as you have sex really quietly, the other person probably won't wake up, right?
I'm having nightmares about it.
I know. Lots of people have done this. All right. So I start.
Sometimes I forget people are watching. I'm just like hanging my head.
So I start chirping this guy, and I'm like, oh, what are you and your brother sharing a room? And like, you're going to like smuggle me in. Your brother's going to be asleep and whatever. And he starts laughing at me, and he's like, and then I'm like, oh, he's like, no, I have my own room. And I was like, okay. And then
were you considering it?
Of course I was. I want to get laid. So,
do you want to?
I do.
I can't decide.
Truly do. And
we have to finish this before the podcast is over.
I got no problem with having a little sweet one night stand in Vegas. The guys seem nice enough.
Really?
So then we go to this place to get. We go to
again.
We go to this place. This podcast is just going to be called Spill or McGee. We spilled the wine.
It's going to be called
Spilled Wine. Sorry, we don't have the rights.
Okay, focus.
Okay, focus on the story. Okay, so, but I'm super legit. I'm like, oh, I'll go home with this guy. But okay, here's the thing. Then we go to this diner. He buys like $60 worth of food. So let's know.
You can't have sex after all that food.
Also, that's my second free dinner of the night.
What were you eating? Like mozzarella sticks?
No, we went to this place. He got some pizzas. He got these other weird things.
I mean, it sounds delicious, but you can't have sex after all that food, right? Or can you?
Here's a weird turn on. He ordered a pizza with a thin crust. He's like, can you make sure the crust is thin and crispy? And I was like, yeah. Oh. Like pretty creamy right there. I was so excited that he ordered pizza that way.
Pretty creamy?
Because that's how I would order pizza. I'm like, can I get a thin, crispy crust? And anyways, it was great. And I think he helped me. He let me kind of throw on whatever toppings. You know me. I like to mix jalapenos and pineapples. I'm a weirdo. Ugh. So anyways, but okay. So then before I go up to his room, I'm like, full disclosure, it's 5 a.m.
Holy shit.
I'm really fucking tired now. Okay. Now I'm like, we've eaten.
Because
we're drinking.
Yeah.
And we've gambled. We've had, by the way, I hit my 4 jacks or whatever. So I made a bunch of money. So whatever I gambled, right at the last minute, I made it all back. And that's what I cashed out. So I went home even.
I have not stayed up that late.
I know. Neither have I. And
I'm impressed.
The same thing that happened with the nice guy that I should always have sex with. Kind of happened with this guy where I was legitimately too tired. But I said before I went up to his room, I go, just so you know, like I'm kind of down with hooking up, but I'd rather do it in the morning because I'm exhausted. I just really want to go to sleep. And he's like, yeah, sure, totally. No, like I totally understand. It's so late.
You went to his room.
So I go up to his room, but I prefaced that. I said, I really just want to go to sleep. I'm exhausted. Like even the thought of trying to get an Uber home at that point seemed like too much work. I really just wanted to go to bed. But it was like, I'll totally hook up in the morning. I just really want to go to bed tonight.
Wow, we are so opposite.
So I go up to his room.
I never want anyone to see me in the morning.
Right. So then we go up to his room and immediately, like, like, I think I'd just taken off my pantyhose. That was all I took off.
Wait, you were wearing pantyhose? What year is it?
It's still cold out.
Why are you?
And they're kind of Spanx and they hold in a lot of my beer gut. So, and I was wearing
I've
the cat.
never heard a story about sex start with, so I took off my pantyhose. Oh my God.
I mean, it was still cold
Tell
in
me
Vegas.
more, Mom. How was I conceived?
It's still cold, and that kitty cat dress is very short, and I like to wear tights with it. That way I don't accidentally flash anybody my vag, okay?
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Like, I was literally getting ready for bed. I was like, oh, the pantyhose can come off, and I don't give a shit. Then I'm just like, that's it. So then, of course, he hops into bed and pulls out his penis. And I'm like, honestly, I was like, I'm not. And he tries to, like, do the head push. And I'm like, hey, I'm 40. I'm not falling for the head push. I'm like, I am not doing this. I'm like, I'm so tired. I need to go to sleep. Like, in the morning, fine. And he goes, and he just gets all cranky all of a sudden, like a little kid. He's like, what? He goes, I'm not looking for a girlfriend. And I was like, neither am I. Like,
I mean, okay, it wasn't right for him to do that, but in his defense, you should never go to a dude's room just to sleep.
But I prefaced it.
A stranger.
I said,
I know.
in the morning I'd hook up. I am horny. I'm not like not attracted to you. I just don't. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Right now I legit want sleep. But yeah, he busted out the penis, and then I was like, oh no, I'm so tired. And then he was just like a little kid. He was like, oh yeah? Well then go then. Just go.
Did you have to go?
So I had to put the pantyhose back on.
You put them back on.
And you know when you're really careful with them because you don't want to get a runner in them, so you're like, oh yeah, you know, thumb, and they whip it up.
I can't believe you.
Whip up leg number 2, and then the spank part like over your gut. Be like, okay, bye. And then I purposely like laughed like a psycho in the hallway just to try to make him feel like shit because I was like, that was ridiculous that you wouldn't even let me sleep in your bed and get your fucking beach in the morning. You had to send me out right then and there when I said no, even though I said before I went to his room, I'm fucking tired. And then it was just like me and a whole bunch of people trying.
Yeah, but 80% of women that say like, no, I'm not going to do it, they do it.
Well, I would have in the morning. I said I would.
I know, I'm just saying he was willing to gamble.
Well, guess
pun
what?
pun on Las Vegas.
Turns out he was luckier at Caveman Keno than me. Caveman Keno is going to be the name of this episode. Anyways,
It's so interesting.
Caveman Keno. Anyways, but I would, yeah, then it was just me, and I was, you know, when you're so drunk trying to figure your way out of a Vegas casino, and it's just like,
sucks.
oh no. And then I went to the Uber pickup, and it's just all these people like getting Ubers to go to the airport. Like that's how early in the morning I'm leaving.
That's right.
All the cheapo with
The sun was almost up.
with the cheap Alaska Airlines flights trying to get out
You're
of
there with
Dodge.
your crooked pantyhose.
I know.
Cat dress.
Me with my saggy pantyhose because I barely got them all the way up.
Everybody's like, how much does this girl charge?
I know. $20.
Never seen this kind in Vegas.
Although, to be fair, he had like a deluxe suite. Like he was on the top floor. Like he had a suite. And I was like, oh, this
What
is
is
nice.
it about somebody asking, I shouldn't say somebody, a guy asking for something? I don't know if it's for you. It's the biggest turn off to me.
Well, asking for the, for trying to force on the blowjob?
Like, even if I wanted, it's not that I usually want, I mean, if I like somebody, I want to please them, so I want to do it. But the minute they like ask for it, I'm so turned off. I'm like, don't do that.
Don't do that. And it's also like,
I feel like there's something so creepy about asking for it.
it is. Like, I'll do it. Like, when I'm attracted to you, it's part of the foreplay situation. Like, I like to think that you're going to reciprocate, but it's part of my procedure, if you will, to foreplay it up a little bit and then, like, do it. But, anyways.
There's something that just, I don't know.
And with this guy was just like, yeah, I'm not looking for a girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, neither am I. Like,
Yeah.
it was a little cheeky. But obviously, I know that we're not there to fucking start a relationship. I'm not a dumbass. And like I said, I'm
you're
very
in
sex
Vegas.
positive. I'm happy to have a one-night stand. I just didn't have the energy to thoroughly enjoy it myself. And so,
Do you think all girls are turned off by people asking?
for blowjobs, definitely with the head push. And I have jokes in my
Well,
act,
not
but,
even that. Like with
work.
even with arcade guy.
you know, like, you know how like, when, like,
Oh no! Oh my god, we're getting another act out? Holy shit! I can't wait.
you know how people always do.
Oh, I
like,
can't wait. I don't know what's gonna happen.
This is only for YouTube people, but
People would think we've
you know
been
how
drinking
people
all
always do
day.
the stairs, right?
What? Are you walking down to a blowjob? Are you serious? Paul's like, look. Yeah, Yeah.
That would be like the new.
I don't know. I don't know
This
either,
would be
Paul.
just for the people on YouTube.
Christina just pretended to walk down to a blowjob the way people walk
No, I
downstairs.
get a better idea though. But now we could do like
Please
a
go to YouTube.
We could do a blowjob version.
You have to see
We could
it.
do a blowjob head push version of the whole staircase trick. All right, now put your hand over my head. All right, now.
Oh shit! Oh, I pushed her all the way down. Wow, I didn't know you were so flexible. She did the splits down there.
How was that, YouTube? That was exciting, right?
Oh my god, what is
We have to
happening?
give the YouTube viewers something different.
Paul's like, what were you doing?
If you're listening and that doesn't make sense, go find this on YouTube. It's
Christina gets the bell for move of the day.
also, I'm not saying I haven't given a blowjob in a long time, but I think I just pulled my neck.
I think you did. I don't know what you were doing.
I think I got a kinky in my neck.
It was awesome.
No, it was very exciting.
I'm just wondering because I don't know I feel like I hate to use the word trigger because it's so like 2018, 2019. But
those Jen's laughing now because she doesn't know what year it is. It's very 2018.
No, I knew it was 2019. I was saying I feel like that word got popular in 2018.
It did.
That's why I referenced 2018.
Trigger is a trigger word.
I know
itself.
what year it is.
I don't half the time.
But even with Arcade Dude, when I wasn't sure if I should have sex, I'm like, I'm not sure if we should have sex. And then he said to me, he goes, oh, will you jerk me off? And I immediately got so pissed.
Oh, he did ask you to jerk him off. Why jerk?
And I got mad.
Oh.
And he was so cool about it. I didn't get that mad. I just but in my head, I was like, no, fuck. And he was totally cool. He's awesome. He's not bad at all. He's totally awesome. But
it is fun when we initiate it.
There's something about asking that I don't know why I don't know why it makes us angry.
I know. It's like the
head push is a whole different thing.
Yeah. I would rather you like grab my boob. That would turn me on more to do something. Do you know what I mean? Right? Yeah. I mean, with the bra on where it feels like I have boobs, you know.
Yeah. I think it's a thing of I don't even think I would get that mad in the past. I think this was just more fresh of fucking douchebag who I did everything and he never even took off my clothes. That was my first, that was what I thought of immediately when he said that. I thought of that. I was like, oh.
No.
Don't be that. But I knew he wasn't the same. But
don't be that guy.
Paul knows what we're talking about because he's had a woman.
I'm just... Yeah, Paul, we should have a point system now because now you've had sex twice on the podcast, right? Although one was just the greatest hits collection, so it doesn't really count, right? The ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
So now you have 2 points. And I have 0
I actually
points.
only have one new one. Yeah.
Okay, but is that 2 points or is that 1 point?
I guess it's 2 points.
It's 2 points. I have 0 points. Paul, how many points do you have? A point is when you sleep with somebody.
Since we started?
Yeah, 11 weeks.
One person.
One person? All right, so...
I'm one person.
So Jen's in the lead with 2 points. You're in second with 1, and I'm in last with 0.
Check back tomorrow. I'm gonna have
Oh, I like it.
You hooking up in Pomona tonight?
Game on. Paul's letting loose in Pomona.
We did give him some Chardonnay, so...
And I already called Pomona Panoma.
Okay, I don't want to be like totally paranoid, and I did say I'm insecure, but Paul was just fixing the camera, and I feel like now it's only facing on you.
That one? Well, maybe if you did more act outs, bro.
Your act out. Your act out was so good.
Oh my God. I probably flashed some butt crack too.
Wow. It was so funny.
I do keep getting more viewers on YouTube. I don't know if it's from this or what.
It's probably your act outs.
God, who knew I was so good at act outs? Also, can we please talk about how bad pickup lines are in Las Vegas? They're like, everybody is so drunk. Like, this guy just comes up to me and he goes, I like your glasses. I have glasses too.
That sounds like something I would say.
That's true.
What are your hobbies? I like the job I do. Stand up. That's my...
What's a hobby? Is that like a job you don't get paid for? I got one of those.
My hobby is my really comfy bed. I like to stay in it as long as possible.
Honestly, napping is a hobby.
What would be even better if I was like completely serious and was just like, oh my God, my hobby, like I just love Instagram.
Oh my God.
It's just spend hours.
I feel like that's probably most people.
Just scrolling.
Yes, scrolling. My hobby is the internet. I like to wake up and grab my phone and then read the internet from bed for the first hour and a half before I even get up for a cup of coffee. Occasionally I drop the phone on my head and we go on my day.
You just have a bunch of dents in your head.
I hate that because do you get push notifications from CNN?
I don't get put. Oh, okay. I lied. I do get them from CNN. Yeah.
Yeah, so it always looks like I'm getting texts, but it's not.
I don't get them from any social media, though.
It's just like CNN, and it's like crashing airplanes, President Trump, herpes is back, start your day here.
Herpes is back. Did it ever go away?
I don't know. I think
Have you ever had somebody tell you that they had herpes?
Absolutely, haven't you?
Twice.
Oh, yeah, same twice.
And the first time I was like 20.
Yeah.
And I'd probably slept with 1-2 people, maybe.
Oh, yeah. One of my best friends
And-
got it off the first time she ever had sex in her entire life.
Oh, shit.
That was a sad one. And her boyfriend had only been with one partner
That's
before
fucking
that.
brutal.
But I think it was it was like an emotional, like it was
Right.
so emotional and bad.
Who has
when you were
herpes
younger?
that young?
I know, that's sad.
That's really sad. I do feel bad. That's really sad because you do have to tell people. Hopefully, some people probably
Yeah.
don't. But the first time it happened, I just was so inexperienced and so young. I just didn't know. Like, I probably didn't even really know what herpes was.
I mean, I'm so old, people were still getting crabs when I first started having sex. Is there even crabs still a thing?
No, you don't hear about it anymore.
Genital warts.
Right, genital warts. But that's it. We cured crabs by killing pubes. Is that
You're
it?
right. You don't hear about it anymore.
Well, if anybody's going to bring back crabs, it's going to be me. Because guess who lets herself go? And then sleeps at Motel 6. This girl.
Oh my God, please shave. You're scaring me. Because they will jump on me.
Oh my God.
I'm too close to you. The first time it happened, I was like, it was a guy, I was doing a play with him because I used to be a theater actress.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. I'm so dramatic. And we're like kissing and everything. And then all of a sudden, we were in a bed and he goes, I just have to tell you I have herpes. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. And I just got up and left like immediately. I know somebody who told a guy, okay, we have to end soon. I have a friend who told a guy she had herpes in a poem.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And she told me, she goes, I don't know how to we're not friends anymore. She's not listening.
Can we please find this poem? I would love to see what this poetry is.
She no, she said it out loud. She didn't write
like
it.
the sands through the hourglass, so are the words through my underpants.
She didn't. She was telling me. She goes. She goes. I don't know how to tell him. And then she ended up saying, she goes, roses are red, violets are blue. I have herpes. How about you?
How did I know it was going to be a roses are red poem?
But it rhymes. I have herpes. How about you? That's so great. You can use it if you ever have herpes.
Well, I'll keep that
You
in
can
mind.
use it for anything. I have crabs. How about you? Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm bipolar. How about you?
What a versatile poem.
I know. Who knew? I've never cried on the podcast.
I think I'm crying too. The right tear, definitely.
We have to go. Paul has to get to Pomona.
Guys, we have to go.
Pomona Paul's going to get laid in Pomona.
Pomona Paul. So the tally goes right now. This is Jillin off. End of episode 11.
I'm in the lead.
Jen Murphy is in the lead with 2 points. Paul is in second place with 1 point. Christina Walkinshaw here.
Although
0
that
points.
could change next week. Paul could be in the lead next week.
So heavily Jillin
Christina,
off.
you need to really step up your game.
But
dude.
guess who's winning the Jillin off game?
You win the Jillin off.
I'm winning the Jillin off game. No, I thought maybe somebody
I
would say
know, you scared me. Okay.
You're winning the Jillin off game?
Oh, Paul is willing that.
With the jacking off? I bet you I'm winning on that one too. I'm beating y'all. I'm good. I'm daily.
Paul,
I probably chill off more than I shower a week.
haven't you noticed that Paul disappears to the bathroom every time we're? Oh yeah. So he's
Maybe
probably
you really
winning.
are.
He's like, guys, bring more toilet paper. No wonder he ran out of toilet paper today.
So true.
He sent us a text message, guys. We don't have any more toilet paper.
Well, now we know where it went.
Bring some more socks. Okay, we gotta go.
guys, we have to
Email
go.
us at jillinoffpod@gmail.com. My name's Jen Murphy.
My name is Christina Walkinshaw.
I don't know how you wouldn't know by now. Okay.
All right, bye.